Nebraska quarterback Adrian Martinez is looking to take the next step in 2021. And this is pretty much year 4 of him being the starting quarterback. So now is the time to take that next step. So today I want to look at some video and kind of break down some game film of him and look at what he needs to do to take that next step, what he needs to avoid to take the next step, and kind of what he needs to overall to kind of add to his game to take that next step as a starting quarterback. Because any Cornhusker fan will tell you you've seen glimpses, you've seen some really good things from Martinez, but consistency has been the number one thing. We just haven't been consistent throughout a full season. And so we've had some good games, some good plays, but not consistent enough to kind of help Nebraska get over that hump, if you will. But before we dive into the actual film and talk about what he needs to do, how he needs to progress as a quarterback in 2021, I want to encourage you just to consider subscribing to our channel if you like any quarterback-related content. As long as it's related to the quarterback position, it's fair game here. So let's look at Martinez's career numbers real quick. So the past 3 years, pretty much being the main starter at Nebraska, he's thrown for 5,628 yards. He's rushed for 1,776 yards. His completion percentage is 64.2. Good completion percentage. Yards per attempt is 7.5. Good, again, not bad. You want probably a higher number in Scott Frost's offense, but that's not a bad yards per attempt. And then his touchdown interception ratio isn't great. It's not even 2-1, and so it's 31 touchdowns passing, 20 interceptions, and then he has 22 rushing touchdowns, which is great, right, in 3 seasons. So I think improving the turnover, kind of the TD to interception ratio obviously is a priority, but then just being more consistent, accurate overall. So we're going to watch some film, and even though the completion percentage is pretty good, there's times where the receivers are coming open. It's an easy throw that he just misses. So he tends to miss the easy throws. He can make the tough throws, which we're going to see, but he tends to miss the easy throws, and then he'll force balls that shouldn't be thrown for turnover. So that's what I want to kind of watch. That's what he needs to avoid. So again, he needs to avoid forcing balls and avoid the turnovers, and then he needs to complete the easy passes. When a receiver gets open, he needs to be able to complete that. And so, regardless of its technique or whatever it may be, there are throws that he needs to make and that he can make. And we're going to see at the back end of the video, we're going to see some of the things that he does well. We're going to see him complete some of the passes that he misses from the front end of the video. And I'm not going to kind of dive into a lot of his legs, his speed, and kind of a lot of things that make him a good quarterback. We've put out a video before talking about Martinez of why I think he's a good quarterback, but I just want to look at the video and see what he needs to avoid and what he needs to improve on. So again, improve on the accuracy on the easy throws and avoid making bad decisions that lead to turnovers. Go ahead and dive into the film, and I'll catch you in the back end.
So here's just a missed throw from Martinez. A good example of kind of an easy throw that he just needs to make, just an out route here. You also have a crosser coming over the middle that's open too. So just a throw you want to be able to make here. We'll go ahead and watch it here. Just a miss. Yes, pressure comes in, but it's a throw that he's talented enough to make. So right here, the receiver's coming open here. Good throwing lane, good pocket, space out here to throw it. Just a ball that needs to be completed. So just an example of kind of those easy throws that he's missing. Oops, something popped up. Sorry. We'll go ahead and watch this angle as well. And you'll see the out route, but you also see a guy crossing over here. So kind of 2 easy throws that need to be made. But he knows that, so just a missed throw there. So here's the Martinez kind of missing a throw to this outside seam route. Now, there you do have up top safety, but you have a big hole here that you'd like him to be able to fit that ball in. Again, he would tell you he needs to be able to make this throw. Just misses it right here. And again, it is wet weather, so there is something going against him, but still a throw you want him to make. If you can see the receiver gets open. Let me go back just a hair. Yeah, just a throw you want to make right here as a quarterback at Nebraska. So just another example there, and it's something that probably working on will get potentially cleaned up. Let's go ahead and watch this angle here. Good clean pocket to throw from. Just again, aiming as opposed to letting it rip. So here's actually a completion from Martinez to the crossing tight end, and watch how open he comes quickly. You want to see this ball get out quickly as opposed to just kind of waiting on it. It becomes a tougher throw than it needs to be. See how open he is, kind of waits, and then is able to still deliver, make a good throw, make a good play, just because Martinez is a talented guy. But if he gets the ball out quicker, then the tight end can turn up quicker, and who knows what kind of play it could be. But just an example of kind of being indecisive here. Right, you want the ball coming out kind of right here, right now, as opposed to waiting, then becomes a tougher throw than it needs to be. Still a completion, still a good play, but just something you'd like him to get the ball out a bit more quicker, be a bit more decisive. So here's another ball you'd want Martinez to complete here. Now it's a wheel route. He is open. It is downfield. It's a 30-yard type throw, but the receiver is open. It's a throw you'd like him to make. And if he can make these type of throws, I think this will really help him take that next step and be able to be more of a threat, pushing the ball downfield. We'll see this receiver come open. Right now he's open, has a few steps. And so just a ball you want to make, and one that he would tell you probably 10 times out of 10 he should make. So just another example there of just missing a throw to a I don't want to say a wide open receiver, but an open receiver at this level. Watch it one more time. Just kind of aims it as opposed to just kind of letting it rip.
Here's an example of forcing something that's not there, and Martinez just doesn't even see this DB that intercepts the ball in the end zone. We'll watch it from the behind the center angle so you can see. He just kind of looks at the receiver, assumes who's coming open, and good interception, right? But just a ball does not need to be thrown, especially when you're that close to the end zone. So we, again, just want to eliminate these type of plays. So we're going to watch his head and his eyes here. So looks, let me rewind it just a hair so I can show you here. So you're going to see he looks over here, sees him coming, sets up to throw, and as he sets up to throw, that's when he sees so looks, sets up to throw right in this space here. Doesn't even see this guy until it's too late. Again, even if the guy wasn't there, that's probably a ball does not need to be thrown. This is an example of a throw you want to eliminate. So here's a really good throw and out route, by Martinez here. And I don't know if you remember, earlier in the video we saw him miss a wide open out route, able to make a good ball, good delivery there. Good job setting up his feet, being decisive with this throw, and making a good completion. We'll watch from this point of view as well. Brings his receiver in motion. Sets up, ball is about to come out now. He sees he's got his guy beaten right here. So there's this bunch of space to the left. So a good example of Martinez showing that he's got the ability to make that throw. Again, it's like we talked about. It's just repeating it. So here we're going to see Martinez make a great throw on a out and up, little wheel route here. And he does get open initially, but Martinez has to be able to fit the ball before the safety gets over, and he does. It's a great throw. And if you remember in one of the earlier videos of one of his misses, he misses a wheel route. That was an easier throw than this. The reason this is such a tough throw is because you get that safety coming over. So even though the wheel route initially beats his man, there's a up top safety. And so again, we saw some examples of Martinez missing those throws, but then this is showing the ability that he does have to make those type of throws. Great ball, hell of a catch too, but a really tough throw towards the sideline there. Here's a good example of Martinez and his ability to fit the ball into a tight space, into a tight window. We'll see this deep comeback right here. Stands in the pocket, delivers a good strike. Very good coverage, fits the ball into a tight space. And as we saw in the earlier videos during this film breakdown of Martinez, him missing open receivers, he has the ability to make throws into really tight windows. Let's watch this here. Steps up, the receiver's breaking now. Great coverage. The ball's about to come out right here. Good throwing lane, right? So he sets himself up for a successful throw, which is great, but then he has a good decisive throw right into the receiver. Good job blocking out the DB, but a good example of showing the ability to make those type of throws.
Here's a good example of Martinez throwing a good long deep out here, and whenever he is decisive on rhythm on point, looks like a much better quarterback. The ball is out, good space, good long throw for Martinez there. So showing the ability that he does have, so just repeating it consistently, right? From the left hash to the right side of the field, close to outside the numbers, deep out here, right about at the numbers. Good ball by Martinez. Let's watch the end zone angle as well, just to kind of get a different view of things here. But you'll see he's decisive. He's in a good rhythm. That back foot hits. 1, 2, 3. Good ball there with some pressure in his face. So good, decisive, deep throw. So this is an easy throw to the tight end, yes, but this is kind of what you want and what you envision the Nebraska offense looking like on a more regular basis here. If you can get the run game going a little bit, you should be able to have some open receivers come open like that in some different RPO schemes. So good ride. Easy throw there, but just something that you would like to see on a more regular basis. And I think if you kind of can create and complete those kind of missed opportunities that we've seen in the previous videos, and I think you'll have more wide open receivers kind of come open like this, get the run game going. So I think hopefully if the offense is run like they want it to be run, you see a bit more success like that.
So again, just to kind of recap everything, at the beginning of the video, we saw him miss some throws that he should make, and he'd be probably the first one to tell you that when a receiver gets open like on those plays, he has to make it. And then we saw him force a ball for a turnover. The ball just can't be thrown. But then the second half of the video, we see him make those plays or make those passes that he missed at the front end of the video, right? So that just tells me consistency is the biggest thing. If he can be consistent and be the Adrian Martinez that he showed, that he's shown that he's able to be, Nebraska could be pretty good. But again, he needs to be consistent, needs to hit those passes that he's called to hit, and needs to avoid any turnovers. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about Adrian Martinez? What do you think he needs to do to take the next step as a quarterback in 2021? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the next quarterback-related video.